What is up, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking all about Amazon. I want to break down their most recent earnings report that came out yesterday and their full year 2020 numbers, which let me tell you guys, oh man, those numbers were great. And of course, we're going to break down some technicals and go over what I'm doing with my Amazon position right now. Is it time to buy Amazon stock? Is it time to sell Amazon stock in 2021? I want to talk about all of that today. So if you guys find value, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to go down below, join the Strive Smart Discord chat, the Facebook group, get 2 free stocks from WeBull and $30 free from M1 Finance, all of those, plus the Patreon. Go check out the Patreon. There's only one tier right now on the Patreon, but in the next couple of days, I'm going to be adding a ton more tiers and more exclusive content on there. So go check out the Patreon. And again, all of those other links, they're linked down below. So let's get into it. And first and foremost, before we break down any numbers, any metrics, let's take a look at Amazon's chart. And I was telling you guys this quarter was going to be the deciding factor, the quarter that just reported yesterday, the Q4 numbers. This was going to be the deciding factor for direction in the short term, at least for Amazon, because you guys can clearly see after they reported the previous quarter, Amazon, the stock didn't do anything. I mean, it's quite frankly, even before that, it hasn't been doing much. I mean, ever since the beginning of September in 2020, the stock has been stagnant. And these holiday numbers, this big Q4 that everybody looks for, these were the numbers. This was the quarter I was telling you guys that was likely going to move the stock, and now we're seeing that. I mean, the past couple of days, the stock went from 3,200 and it just broke above 3,400 today, and at this point is trading right around there, and that's a good sign. I mean, considering, look, again, we didn't do much, the stock was stagnant for months, and we got ourselves into this wedge. This is the breakout that I'm seeing right now on Amazon. Let me zoom in a bit here. We got into this wedge, and then all of a sudden we broke out, right? But we failed at 3,350 to about 3,400, right, here towards the end of December, and we pulled back down, but we broke out of the wedge again, and we retested that 3,400 number. We pulled back down, and now we're finally breaking out of 3,400 on the backing of these great numbers, which we'll go into here right now. And you can see this breakout even more, let's say, on the hourly chart. Take a look. We broke out of 3,370. We broke out of 3,400. Now we almost hit 3,500 yesterday when they reported earnings, after market hours, and today in the pre-market session. So yeah, this is looking pretty bullish. And I've been on the channel saying I could see Amazon go 3,500, and in fact, there's a lot of analysts out there that raise their price target. We'll talk about this here in a little bit, but there's one analyst that raised the price target you saw in the title to $5,200 per share, and this guy, I believe he is the most bullish on Wall Street when it comes to Amazon stock. So let's talk about some numbers here, and the elephant in the room is Jeff Bezos stepping down. That was a big shock to me, big surprise, but Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO and is transitioning to the executive chairman now, and we'll talk more about that later in this video. But when it comes to EPS, Amazon did $14.09 versus the $7.23 estimate, which is just ridiculous. They blew EPS out of the water, and revenue was pretty dang good as well. Revenue came in at $125.6 billion versus $119.7 billion estimated. So double beat their EPS and revenue. And when it comes to some further highlights about Q4, this is crazy. This goes to show that these numbers, the growth here is ridiculous. And yes, I know these growth numbers are a bit inflated due to the crisis, the CV, people shopping more online. Yeah, these growth numbers, they've got to be a little bit inflated, but take a look at this. Net sales, they increased 44% to $125.6 billion, like we talked about just a second ago, in the fourth quarter, and that compares, get this guys, that compares with $87.4 billion in the fourth quarter of last year. So that growth is just ridiculous year over year. Again, 44%. And operating income also grew a substantial amount. It almost doubled. Operating income increased to $6.9 billion in the fourth quarter, compared with operating income of $3.9 billion in the fourth quarter of 2019. So a crazy amount of growth in operating income year over year, net sales year over year, and net income also saw a big jump. Net income increased to $7.2 billion in the fourth quarter, or $14.09 per diluted share, like we mentioned earlier, and that compares to last year of $3.3 billion. So yeah, this year we pretty much doubled that and some, and last year's EPS per diluted share was $6.47. So net income doubled, more than doubled, and same with the EPS. So needless to say, these Q4 numbers were incredible. I'm very happy about that as an Amazon shareholder, and I don't want to say that I knew this was going to happen 100%, but the writing was kind of on the wall. We knew that Amazon's numbers were going to be good because, again, everybody's shopping from home for the most part, so I kind of had an idea and a little bit of, I had some good conviction, let's put it that way, that these earnings were going to be solid, and I was right, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would obviously agree with that, and you thought the same thing, and let me know if you did down below in the comments. And by the way, if you guys are enjoying the video, hit the like button. I would really appreciate that. It really helps out me, the channel, pushing out the content to more people. And if you guys want to see more videos like this and you haven't done so, go and subscribe to the channel as well. So some full year 2020 highlights. These are, I don't want to say, I'm going to say it. They're probably even more impressive, than the Q4 numbers, the Q4 highlights. Here we can see full year 2020, net sales increased 38% to $386.1 billion compared to $280.5 billion in 2019. So this is a company, and again, realize this, the numbers are a bit inflated due to CV, but either way, this is a 1.5678, whatever it is, 1.8, let's say, trillion dollar company that's growing at 40% year over year. I mean, guys, that is ridiculous. That's why I own Amazon. I own Amazon, and we'll talk later today, or not later today, later in the video here, what I did today with Amazon, which you guys could probably guess what I did. And by no means am I telling anybody out there what to do with Amazon. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but if I'm looking at a stock where I could put in my money with some growth and some stability, it being a blue chip stock, I mean, Amazon's the cream of the crop. I feel so safe at night sleeping, knowing I have some of my money in Amazon. It's a completely different story. Let's say I had, a good amount of money in AMC or GameStop. I would not be able to sleep at night, but having money in Amazon, I could sleep at night easily. I'd sleep like a dang baby knowing I had my money in Amazon. But yeah, those are some impressive year over year numbers, and operating income also grew year over year. Operating income increased to $22.9 billion compared with operating income of $14.5 billion last year in 2019, and net income and EPS also increased year over year. Net income increased to $21.3 billion, or $41.83 per diluted share, compared with net income of $11.6 billion, or $23.01 per diluted share in 2019. teens. So you guys get it. I mean, these numbers are growing, and I'm very happy about it. And you guys obviously know, I mean, Amazon is a worldwide company. It does business worldwide. It has different segments, and you can see here based on the screenshot on the screen, take a look. And I'm not going to go over all of these numbers. I don't want to make this too long, but you can see for yourselves, and you could even pause it. Year over year, there's been a lot of growth. I mean, net sales in North America, they were $53 billion roughly in 2019 Q4, and in 2020 Q4, they were around $75 billion. You could also see, the 12 months, the whole year here on the right, if you guys want to look at those numbers. International sales, they grew from $23 billion in Q4 of 2019 to $37 billion in Q4 2020. So that's some pretty impressive growth right there, guys. And take a look at AWS. We all know this is a very big portion of Amazon. Maybe not in terms of total sales, but in terms of just the growth, a growth vector in the business, AWS is it's huge. And I mean, in 2019, they did net sales in Q4, that is, of almost $10 billion. And in this year, 2020, they did almost $13 billion. So what is that? Like almost 30% growth. We'll probably put it at, 25% growth, right around there. That is incredible, guys. And when it comes to Jeff Bezos leaving, guys, again, like I said earlier, I was very shocked. This caught me by surprise. But you have to realize, on top of that, I mean, the flip side of it, he's been with Amazon since, the 90s? I mean, it's been 20 plus years, and the guy is what? Almost $60, I was going to say. What the heck? 60 years old, and I think he's 57 to be exact. So it's time for him to transition out of the day-to-day tasks of being CEO. He's going to take that executive chairman position and be more of, I guess, an overseer of the company, right? And Andy Jassy, which we just talked about, Amazon Web Services, AWS, he actually ran AWS, and he's going to become the CEO of Amazon, and that's going to take effect here in the third quarter of 2021. So the question here is Andy Jassy fit to be CEO? And I'm assuming, obviously, I don't have any inside intel on Amazon, but I'm assuming that the succession process of Jeff Bezos passing down his CEO position, they're not just like, oh, we're going to pick that guy, random thing here. No, guys, there was a big process, a lot behind the scenes, and I believe in the Amazon team that they picked a good person to succeed Jeff Bezos here in becoming Amazon CEO. And again, he ran Andy Jassy, and he's still running here, I'm assuming, till third quarter of 2021, AWS. And AWS, we just talked about how it grew 30% year over year in terms of Q4 numbers. So he's been doing well with AWS, and I'm assuming, again, they're thinking he's going to do well with Amazon in total, the whole company, all the operations. So I have faith in that. And of course, there is a little risk there, as there is risk with anything in life, but I'm willing to take the risk. And the fundamentals of Amazon are just there. They're there, guys. The fundamentals are amazing. What people value these days is time, speed, convenience, and ease of use. Don't you value that? And Amazon does exactly that. It's very easy to order things and have things on recurring orders, so you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to go to the store and pick up that toilet paper, go pick up that Lysol, whatever. You can just have it on Amazon. And nowadays, guys, two days shipping wasn't good enough. They now have same day shipping. Literally, if you order something in the morning, it could come to your house later that day, maybe in the afternoon, depending on how close you are to an Amazon distribution center. So this is just crazy. The fundamentals are there. They're obviously, fulfilling all the needs of the customers: time, speed, convenience, ease of use, the recurring, purchases. That is huge for Amazon. And of course, AWS, that little segment there of the business is an absolute monster. They're coming to take Microsoft Azure's lunch. Microsoft, watch out. But I actually own Microsoft and Amazon, so I don't even care. But AWS is a monster in a world where more and more people are using the cloud. That's all you really have to know. I mean, it's going to keep growing. That's no doubt about it. And it's one of the couple big players in the cloud space. So what am I doing, guys? What am I doing? Again, I already own a position in Amazon. I've owned Amazon for some time at this point. And guess what I did today? I bought another share of Amazon in one of my private long-term accounts. I'll show you guys the screenshot right here. I bought more Amazon. And this is a long-term hold. I'm not looking to sell this tomorrow, the next day for a quick flip, a quick profit. I'm not looking to do that. But with these earnings that came out, I'm very excited about it. A lot of analysts, although I don't base my buying on this, but a lot of analysts also raised their targets. This analyst, in fact, Shyam, I hope I'm not butchering that, but I am. But this guy Shyam Patil at Susquehanna, again, like I said earlier, he's the most bullish guy on Wall Street now. He raised Amazon's price target from $4,000 to $5,200. So a lot of analysts are bullish. I believe in the fundamentals. The growth is there. I added more Amazon. I simply bought another share to my position, and I'm going to enjoy those beautiful old gains. So what are you guys doing? Let me know down below. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell Amazon based on me just talking about Amazon in this video. Always do your own due diligence, but I'd love to know what you guys are doing. Let me know in the comments down below. If you all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome as well. And check out all the free links down below. The Discord chat, that's free. The Facebook group, you could also get 2 free stocks from WeBull by depositing $100. Those are valued up to $1,600. And you could also get $30 from M1 Finance by opening up an account and depositing any amount of money. All of those are free and linked down below. And if you guys want to support the channel a bit further, check out the Patreon, link down below. As of now, I only have 1 tier, but in the next couple of days, there's going to be a lot more tiers, a lot more options available to you guys. And there's going to be, of course, a lot of exclusive content coming on Patreon. I'm going to be doing individual stock reviews, more in-depth market updates. I'm going to be talking about stocks I'm actively buying. And what I've found from actually having the Patreon open for less than 24 hours now, we could actually talk more in depth in the messages. And mind you guys, I only have like 10 patrons right now, so we could talk more in depth in the messages there, as opposed to Instagram and the public Discord, where I get tons of messages every day, which are harder to keep up with. Again, we can talk on Patreon, so check that out, link down below. I really appreciate you guys if you do, get into the Patreon. That means a lot to me. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, stay safe out there. Keep crushing the markets, guys. Peace out.